Chris Albrecht here at our FoodTech Live event put on by The Spoon here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm excited here to talk with Aaron Wells. He's the founder of, BEERMKR. We'll just call it BEERMKR, right?
Call it BEERMKR. Yeah, let's call it BEERMKR.
So tell us, what is BEERMKR?
So BEERMKR is what it sounds like. It makes beer. So you start out with raw ingredients and you toss them into your BEERMKR, fill the system with water, hit go, watch the brewing process happen. It takes about 5 minutes to set it up. In about a week's time, you've got a finished beer that is ready to drink.
So can you open this up? Because there are some interesting things about this that I think are really interesting. One of the things, like I have never wanted to brew home brew because all I hear are people just like, oh, I had to sterilize all my buckets and my hoses. And that just sounds horrible. But you've come up with a way to not have to deal with that.
Exactly. So there are 3 tiers of the brewing system. The top the top chamber is where you add your raw ingredients. So inside of here, you have your grains, which you then fill up with water. Underneath it, it's connected by a set of valves where there is an actual bladder. This bladder is where all of the brewing happens. So the wort ultimately trickles down into the bladder. This little bar here squeezes the bladder and controls where the volume of the system is. Right now, it's all the way compressed. So that has all of the liquid up here in this top chamber where the brewing is occurring. And then as the brewing finishes up, you get a notification on the app that says, hey, it's time to come back and pitch yeast. You remove the grains, you remove the constriction bar, the water level falls, and then you pitch yeast into the top. And then it does its thing over the next couple of days. The beer will ferment. The CO2 is read by a pressure sensing system that's built in, and the system dynamically adjusts the temperature of fermentation based on the activity levels of the yeast. This gives it a commercial level of control that home brewers really just don't have, and that commercial brewers utilize to maximize the yeast profile flavors as well as minimize the amount of time that they're sitting in their holding tanks. So we're able to use the same techniques that commercial brewers use to dramatically improve really beer process time from a home brewing perspective. And then so when you're all done, this bag, the brew pouch, comes out of the machine. It's not ever
never exposed to air or anything.
Exactly. No air, no oxygen, no bad guys. It just pops out with these valves and it drops into this dispenser over here. And then you plug a CO2 cartridge into the dispenser, and then you've got carbonated beer coming out of your dispenser.
Now, do people buy kits from BEERMKR to start with? So there are 2 things here. One is the kits that people start with, they can buy from you.
Yeah.
But then people can just like experiment, right? Like one of the things I kind of like about this is that you could throw literally anything in there to see what it would do to the flavor of your beer.
You got it. If you're growing hops in your backyard, throw them in. You know, if you happen to have a bunch of grain left over, if you're a home brewer and you have a bigger system and you want to experiment, use what you got. You know, you can throw it in and you can rapidly iterate on new flavors. You can take risks because you're only making a 12-pack. You're not making 5 gallons, 10 gallons. So you could try putting kumquats in. Why not?
Why not? Kumquats. Who doesn't love a kumquat beer? Probably most people. But yeah, who knows?
Or maybe a kumquat rhubarb sour that was bourbon barrel aged with staves in the top. That sounds kind of cool.
Now you're just talking crazy.
I mean, well, you can try it. And that's the fun thing about BEERMKR.
Right, and so when will this, so this was backed on Kickstarter. You're shipping in a couple of months. When will it be available just sort of like retail?
It should be available retail, let's call it April to May for retailers. We're shipping to our backers in about March, and we'll be on our website around then as well, and we're working with retail relationships.
And how much will it cost?
$3.99 to $4.49.
Depending on whatever, okay.
Depending on where we're at. Right now on our website, we're $3.99. And
so get it now.
That's the pre-order price, $3.99.
Awesome. Aaron, thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.